my pocket, nigga stop it, nigga riding with my rocket. I don't think you wanna pop it to him. Gotta blow her in some miles, he don't ever pop it at him. Got the poke, I'm finna stab him. Listen, now let's play some Madden. New additions to them boys, now let's make some subtractions. I'm not really like them other boys because I'm never like it. I pull out the chopper on them boys, I never ride without it. With the static, really pull up the strip and holding automatics. It's rebel walking down the street with heat, finna pop it. If you pop it, leave you in the street, leaking on the concrete. If it's real, murder down and go and catch a body. I've been traumatized ever since I went and caught it. Nah, let's go my belly, grab my kids and hit Cinnabon. Cinnabon, up and target and I made them give it up. These niggas say they sending shots, but they ain't really sending nothing. Niggas call me thug every day and we ain't even cousin. Bitch tell me she love me every day and we ain't even fucking. A lot of niggas calling me bro, but they don't know my mother. Pull up, put that look up on my face and make a nigga stutter like no other. Really in the bunch, stripping every month. EA Sports in the game, but I ain't playing, nigga. That's for all them niggas that was snitching, always playing victim. When I see you out in traffic, I ain't playing with you. I feel myself outside my body when I spray the pitch tremble. I might really wanna spray you, but sometimes it's best that you feed the snake too. If you listen to me closely, I can lace you, but don't get to talking too much. That's what fans do. It's far outside, so I had to throw on the lead proof. What's the odds one of these busters get a headshot? Seen a Ruger and the Glock make a bedrock. I hit the burner and the money in the best spot. I'm gonna blow these niggas worried they'll get left out. I need to go. I thought the state could be the best route. Just trying to wreck the kid when I was fresh out. I used to game a bit, but she just started neck now. I told her home and doggy, she said it's the best now. Smith and Wesson Hollow Point, cause them the best rounds. When my niggas talk about tripping, it's a man down. When I hear bitches say it's triple, it's the best round. Stink team, dumbass. Go ahead and hate now. I see him at me 8 times and he got 8 rounds. The cake for him, hit him with the fake smile. He in the lake swimming somewhere with his face down. Do these niggas insist they wanna stay out? My niggas in the pen wishing they could break out. I watched a nigga get somebody his first day out. Puppet master situations, watch him play out. All that money he was flexing in my pocket, nigga stop it. Nigga ride with my rocket, I don't think you wanna pop it to him. Got the Lord in some miles, he don't ever pop it at him. Grab the poke, I'm finna stab him. Listen, let's play some Madden. New additions to them boys, now let's make some practice. I'm not really like them other boys because I'm never like it. I pull out the choppers on them boys, I never ride without it. With the static, really pull up tripping, holding
One.
automatic. It's Rimble
Holy
walking down
cow.
the street with heat, he finna pop it.
So I may have to darken my screen for this because I don't know if I have to type it.
If it's real, murder down and go and catch a body. I've been traumatized ever since I went and caught it. Nah, so my belly, grab my kids and hit Cinnabon. Cinnabon, up and target and I made them give it up. These niggas say they sending shots, but they ain't really sending it. Niggas call me Cuzzo every day and we ain't even cousins. Bitch tell me she love me every day and we ain't even fucking. A lot of niggas calling me big bro, but they don't know my mother. Pull up with that look up on my face and make a nigga stutter like no other. Really in the bunch, stripping every month. EA Sports in the game, but I ain't playing, nigga. That's for all them niggas that was snitching, always playing victim. When I see you out in traffic, I ain't playing with you. I feel myself outside my body when I spray the pitch tremble. I might really want to spray dude, but sometimes it's best that you feed the snakes too. If you listen to me closely, I can lace you, but don't get to talking too much. That's what fans do. It's far outside, so I had to throw on the lead proof. What's the odds one of these busters get a headshot? Seen a Ruger and a Glock make a bedrock. I hit the burner and the money in the best spot. I'm gonna blow these niggas worried because they left out. I needed dough, I thought the state could be the best route. Just trying to wreck the kid when I was fresh out. I used to game a bit, but she just started neck now. I thought point dog, she said it's the best style. Smith and Wesson Hollow Points, cause them the best rounds. When my niggas talk about tripping, it's a man down. When I hear bitches say it's rim, it's the best round. Stink team, dumbass. Go ahead and hate now. I seen him at me 8 times, he got 8 rounds. Make a cake for him, hit him with a fake smile. He in the lake swimming somewhere with his face down. Do these niggas insist they wanna stay out? My niggas in the pen wishing they could break out. I watched a nigga get somebody his first day out. I puppet master situations, watch him play out. All that money he was flexing in my pocket, nigga stop it. Nigga riding with my rocket, I don't think you wanna pop it to him. Got the Lord in some miles, he don't ever pop it at him. Grab the poke, I'm finna stab him. Blitz him, now let's play some Madden. New additions to them boys, now let's make some tractions. I'm not really like them other boys because I'm never like it. I pull out the choppers on them boys, I never ride without it. Static really pull up tripping, holding automatics. It's Rimble walking down the street with heat, he finna pop it. If he pop it, leave you in the street, leaking on the concrete. If it's real, murder down and go and catch a body. I've been traumatized ever since I went and caught it. Nah, so my batteries got my busy and hit Cinnabon. Cinnabon, up and target and I made them give it up. These niggas say they sending shots, but they ain't really sending nothing. Niggas call me Cuzzo every day and we ain't even cousins. Bitch tell me she love me every day and we ain't even fucking. A lot of niggas calling me big bro, but they don't know my mother. Pull up with that look on my face and make a nigga stutter like no other. Really in the bunch, shooting every buster. EA Sports in the game, but I ain't playing, nigga. That's for all them niggas that was snitching, always playing victim. When I see you out in traffic, I ain't playing with you. I feel myself outside my body when I spray the pitch tremble. I might really want to spray dude, but sometimes it's best that you feed the snakes too. If you listen to me closely, I can lace you, but don't get to talking too much. That's what fans do. It's war outside, so block, make a bed rock. I hit the burner and the money in the best spot. I'm finna blow these niggas worried they'll get left out. I need a dough, I thought a steak could be the best route. Bitches trying to break the kid when I was fresh out. I used to game the bitch, but she just throw the neck now. I threw the hoe in doggy, she said it's the best now. Smith and Wesson hollow ones, in the best rounds. When my niggas hop out tripping, it's a man down. When I hear bitches say it's real, it's the best sound. Stink team, dumbass, go ahead and hate now. I seen him at me 8 times, he got 8 rounds. Paid for him, hit him with the fake smile. He in a lake swimming somewhere with his face down. These niggas in since they wanna stay out. My niggas in the pen, wishing they could break out. I watch the nigga get somebody his first day out. I put him out the situation, watch him play out. My money was flexing in my pocket, niggas stopping. They'll ride with my rocket, I don't think you wanna pop it to him. Grab the lower end of my you don't ever pop it at him. Grab the poke, I'm finna stab the blitz, now let's put some at him. No additions to them boys, now let's make some trash. Cause I'm not really like them other boys because I'm never lacking. I'm about them choppers on them boys, I never ride without it. Stab, really pull up, tripping, holding automatic. It's Rambo walking down the street with heat, he's gonna pop it. If he pop it, leave you in the street, leaking on the concrete. If it's real murder, down to go and catch your body. I've been traumatized ever since I went and caught a knob. It's in my badge, my glizzy in his city bun. Seen the bus driving target, and I made him give it up. These niggas say seen the stuff, they ain't really saying nothing. Niggas call me cuz every day, and we ain't even cuz. She tell me she love me every day, and we ain't even fuck. A lot of niggas calling me big bro, but they don't know my mother. Pull up with that liquor on my face and make a nigga stutter like no other. Really in them bunches, shooting everybody. EA Sports is in the game, but I ain't playing. Niggas, that's for all them niggas I was snitching, always playing victim. When I see you out in traffic, I ain't playing with you. I feel myself outside my body when I spray the bitch tremble. I might really want to spray dude. Sometimes it's best that you feed the snakes too. If you listen to me closely, I can lace you. You don't get to talking too much, that's what fans do. It's war cries, so I have to throw on the lead proof. Both eyes, one of these busters get a headshot. I seen a Ruger and the block make a bed rock. I hit the burner and the money in the best spot. I'm finna blow these niggas worried they'll get left out. I need a dough, I thought a steak could be the best route. Bitches trying to rape the kid when I was fresh out. I used to game the bitch, she just throw the neck now. I threw the hoe in doggy, she said it's the best now. Smith and Wesson hollow ones, them the best rounds. When my niggas up a tripping, it's a man down. When I hear bitches say it's real, it's the best sound. Stink team, dumbass, go ahead and hate now. I seen him at me 8 times, he got 8 rounds. Make a cake for him, hit him with a fake smile. He in a lake swimming somewhere with his face down. These niggas in since they wanna stay out. My niggas in the pen, wishing they could break out. I watch the nigga catch his body first day out. I put him after situations, watch him play out. My money was flexing in my pocket, niggas stopping. They'll ride with my rocket, I don't think you wanna pop it to him. Gotta blow her ass in my street, you don't ever pop it at him. Grab the poke, I'm finna stab him. Listen, now let's play some Madden. No additions to them boys, now let's make the trash. Cause I'm not really like them other boys because I'm never like them. I'm flopping choppers on them boys, I never ride without it. With the stack, really pull up tripping, holding automatic. It's Rambo walking down the street with heat, he's finna pop it. If you pop it, you in the street, leaking on the concrete. If it's real murder, down to go and catch a body. I've been traumatized ever since I went and caught a knob. Lace up my valleys, got my glizzy in his city bun. Seen the bus driving target, and I made him give it up. These niggas say they seen the stuff, but they ain't really saying nothing. Niggas call me cuz every day, and we ain't even cuz. Just tell me you love me every day, and we ain't even fuck. A lot of niggas call me big bro, but they don't know my mother. Pull up with that liquor on my face and make a nigga stutter like no other. Really in them bunches, stripping everybody. EA Sports is in the game, but I ain't playing. Nigga, that's for all them niggas I was snitching, always playing victim. When I see you out in traffic, I ain't playing with you. I feel myself outside my body when I spray the bitch tremble. I might really want to spray dude. Sometimes it's best that you feed the snakes too. If you listen to me closely, I can lace you. But don't get to talking too much, that's what fans do. It's war outside, so I have to throw on the lead proof. Both eyes, one of these busters get a headshot. I seen a Ruger and the block make a bed rock. I hit the burner and the money in the best spot. I'm finna blow these niggas worried they'll get left out. I need a dough, I thought a steak could be the best route. Bitches trying to rape the kid when I was fresh out. I used to game the bitch, she just throw the neck now. I threw the home doggy, she said it's the best style. Smith and Wesson hollow ones, cause them the best rounds. When my niggas up a tripping, it's a man down. When I hear bitches say it's Rambo, it's the best sound. Stink team, dumbass, go ahead and hate now. I seen him at me 8 times, he got 8 rounds. Make a cake for him, hit him with a fake smile. He in a lake swimming somewhere with his face down. These niggas in, so they want to stay out. My niggas in the pen, wishing they could break out. I watch the nigga catch the body first day out. I put him after situations, watch him play out. My money was flexing in my pocket, niggas stopping. They'll ride with my rocket, I don't think you wanna pop it to him. Gotta blow her ass in my street, you don't ever pop it at him. Grab the poke, I'm finna stab him. Listen, now let's play some Madden. No additions to them boys, now let's make some trash. Cause I'm not really like them other boys because I'm never like them. I'm flopping choppers on them boys, I never ride without it. With the stack, really pull up tripping, holding automatic. It's Rambo walking down the street with heat, he's finna pop it. If you pop it, leave you in the street, leaking on the concrete. If it's real go and catch a body. I've been traumatized ever since I went to water. Nah, they took my valley, got my glizzy in his cinnamon. Seen a bus strapped and target, and I made him give it up. These niggas said they sending shots, but they ain't really sending nothing. Niggas call me cuzzo every day, and we ain't even cousins. Bitch tell me she love me every day, and we ain't even fucking. A lot of niggas calling me big bro, they don't know my mother. Put that look up on my face and make a nigga stutter. Like no other, really in bus, stripping in the bus. He is sports in the game, but I ain't playing. Nigga, this for all them niggas that was snitching, always playing victim. See you out in traffic, I ain't playing with you. I feel myself outside my body when I spit this dribble. I might really wanna spray you. Sometimes it's best that you feed the snakes too. If you listen to me closely, I can lace you. You don't get to talking too much, that's what fans do. It's raw side, so I had to throw on the lead proof. What's the odds one of these busters get a headshot? I seen a Ruger and a Glock make a bed rock. I hit the burner and the money in the best spot. I'm finna blow these niggas worried they'll get left out. I needed to go, I thought a safe would be the best route. Bitches trying to rape the kid when I was fresh out. They used to game the bitch, but she just throw the neck now. I threw her home and body, she said it's the best style. Smith was hollow pieces in the best round. When my niggas hop out tripping, it's a man down. When I hear bitches say it's rim, but it's the best sound. Sting team, dumbass, go ahead and hate now. I seen him at me 8 times and he got 8 rounds. Make a cake for him, hit him with the fake mouth. He in the leg swimming somewhere with his face down. Do these niggas being sick, they want to stay out. My niggas in the pen, wishing they could break out. I watch a nigga catch a body his first day out. I put him in situation, watch him play out. All that money he was flexed in my pocket, nigga stopped the nigga right with my rocket. I don't think you wanna pop it to him. Got a blower and spot, he don't ever pop it at him. Grab the hook, I'm gonna stab him. Bitch, now it's systematic. No addition to them boys, now let's make some practice. I'm not really like them other boys because I'm never like it. I pull out them dollars on the boys, I never ride without it. With the static, really pull up trip, hold automatic. Tremble walking down the street, but he be finna pop it. If you pop it, leave you in the street, leaking on the concrete. If it's real murder down and going catch the body, I've been traumatized ever since I went to water. Nah, they still my belly, got my glizzy in his cinnamon. Seen a bus strapped and target, and I made him give it up. These niggas said they sending shots, but they ain't really sending nothing. Niggas call me cuzzo every day, and we ain't even cousins. Bitch tell me she love me every day, and we ain't even fucking. A lot of niggas calling me big bro, but they don't know my mother. Put that look up on my face and make a nigga stutter. Like no other, really in bus, stripping in the bus. He is sports in the game, but I ain't playing, nigga. This for all them niggas that was snitching, always playing victim. When I see you out in traffic, I ain't playing with you. I feel myself inside my body when I spit this dribble. I might really wanna spray dude, but sometimes it's best that you feed the snakes too. If you listen to me closely, I can lace you, but don't get to talking too much, that's what fans do. It's raw side, so I had to throw on the lead proof. What's the odds one of these busters get a headshot? I seen a Ruger and a Glock make a bed rock. I hit the burner and the money in the best spot. I'm finna blow these niggas worried they'll get left out. I needed to go, I thought a safe would be the best route. Bitches try to rape the kid when I was
Fetching
fresh
is
out.
nice, but most of the time, we want the actual file changes from a remote repo, not just the metadata. Command syntax. Git pull, remote branch. The dot syntax means that the bracketed remote and branch are optional. If you execute git
No addition to them boys. Now let's make some tracks. I'm not really like them other boys because I'm never like it. I pull up the dollars on them boys. I never ride without it. With the static, really pull up shit, hold automatic. It's simple walking down the street, but he be finna pop it. If you pop it, leave you in the street, leaking on the concrete. If it's real murder down and going catch a body, I've been traumatized ever since I went to water. Nah, they still my belly, got my glizzy in his cinnamon. Seen a bus strapped and target, and I made him give it up. These niggas say they sending shots, but they ain't really sending nothing. Niggas call me cuzzo every day, and we ain't even cousins. Bitch tell me she love me every day, and we ain't even fucking. A lot of niggas calling me big bro, but they don't know my mother. Put that look up on my face, make a nigga stutter. Like no other, really in bus, stripping every bus. He is sports in the game, but I ain't playing, nigga. This for all the niggas that was snitching, always playing victim. When I see you out in traffic, I ain't playing with you. I feel myself inside my body when I
So I've created a repository on GitHub called this. Okay, let's do that right now. Go on here. Actually, I can just go right here, create new repository. Let's call it WebFlix. There we go. Select owner, the Primogen. There we go. Create. Go in here. We have a new remote right there. Fantastic. Looking good. Oh no, we have too many tabs open. All right, authenticate your local Git configuration with your GitHub account. I recommend installing the GitHub CLI with one quick installation. I already have that. GH authorization, and then do that one. Let's see, which one are we doing that in? Let's see. Add a remote in your WebFlix repo. There it points to that one. Okay, so that's WebFlix. Git remote add origin for WebFlix, which is right here. There we go. Be sure to place your username and do git ls remote to make sure it's all done correctly. Git ls remote. There we go. I just have that bad boy right there. Do I need to push up my changes? I don't think I need to push up my changes. It doesn't seem like I have to push up my changes, but we'll find out. Yay, I don't have to push up my changes. All right. So there we go. Git push origin main. All this does is pushes up your branch's changes to the remotes. Right? So I can actually, so with WebFlix local, I can actually push into WebFlix. And so therefore from WebFlix, I can push into the remote. So here, just to show you that, I go like this, git branch, git switch, we'll call it foo, and go git push origin foo. There we go. So if I go back to this guy, I can go git branch, and you'll notice foo's now there. Foo was just pushed up from one remote into the next. That's all we're doing, is I'm pushing it to a repo. And you can put permissions and all that on what can be done and blah, 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 blah. That's what it does. So there you go. GitHub is not like that crazy complicated in that sense. It's just Git. The crazy part about GitHub is all the managing and making it scale and all that other stuff. Git branch dfoo. There we go. All right. All right, what do we got to do here? Do I got to push up all my stuff? Yeah. Git push origin main. There we go. I push my main, throw that in there, run all checks, confettied out of my mind. There we go. Have we gotten to rebasing yet? We went past the basic rebasing. Yeah. Let's see, pull. Fetching is nice, but most of the time we actually want the file changes. Yeah, there we go. So we can go pull remote branch. We already did that in WebFlix. And so if we were to do this again, we'd be able to do it from, up from the remote. Let's use GitHub UI to commit a change to our repo and then pull it down. Navigate to GitHub, navigate to classics, edit this file, add a new line. All right. So we're going to do this right here. Watch this one. This is going to be a little bit wild. We're going to navigate to classics. We're going to edit this one by hand. We're going to throw that in right there. We're going to commit changes. And how do we want to commit these changes? I want to make sure I have the correct name just in case. To pull the, let's see, hold on. Commit the changes, but add the message J, update to classic V's. Okay, there we go. J, commit changes. Boom, committed out of my mind. All right. Let's go. Commit the change using the UI. Okay, we did that. On your command line, make sure you're on branch main. Merge the changes from update Dune. Okay, so git check out main, git merge update Dune. There we go. Git run git pull origin, which will pull in the most recent command. All right, git pull origin. main. There it goes. It pulled it in. Oh no, I have diverging branches. Por qué, Maria? I'm not supposed to have merging branches yet. This is not supposed to happen. Oh my gosh, I have diverging branches. I was messing around too much, and now look at me. Now look at me. I'm 4'20", exactly. This is where I give up. Ah, it's not that bad. All right, so this isn't too bad. So, oh, you should also do this. Oh, did I do that? Let's see. If you get diverging branches, run git config pull rebase false. Make sure git will merge on pull and try again. So git status. So there we go. So if I go like this, git config. list, grep, rebase. Do I not have it? Weird. I thought I did. Did I not have that on? Git config. Add local rebase. What is it? Is it pull rebase? Pull rebase false. It's like I pre-planned for this. There we go. Beautiful, right? Beautiful. Can we agree with that? I did do it. I actually probably deleted it by accident. There we go. Now I have a nice merge. Now I have a merge commit, which we, you know, genius. And so we got a merge commit with a K. There we go. There we go. We did all that one. Make sure everything worked with git log one line. Git log one line. There we go. A, B, C, D. E, F, G, H, I, J, K. There we go. There's my main right there. Isn't that nice? Little annotations, by the way. Part about GitHub is all the managing and making it scale and all that other stuff. Git branch defu. There we go. All right. All right, what do we got to do here? Do I got to push up all my stuff? Yeah. Git push origin main. There we go. I push my main, throw that in there, run all checks, confettied out of my mind. There we go. Have we gotten to rebasing yet? We went past the basic rebasing. Yeah. Let's see, pull. Fetching is nice, but most of the time we actually want the file changes. Yeah, there we go. So we can go pull remote branch. We already did that in Webflix, and so if we were to do this again, we'd be able to do it from, up from the remote. Let's use GitHub UI to commit a change to our repo and then pull it down. Navigate to GitHub, navigate to classics, edit this file, add a new line. All right. So we're gonna do this right here. We'll watch this one. This is gonna be a little bit wild. We're gonna navigate to classics. We're gonna edit this one by hand. We're gonna throw that in right there. We're gonna commit changes. And how do we wanna commit these changes? I wanna make sure I have the correct name just in case. To pull the...
DJ Clay, só mandando autenticar, tá ligado?
Vai, DJ Clay! Aqui não é batom, tá na boca das minas, né, vagabundo? É assim, ó, é só mandar lá.
tá ligado?
Aqui é batata na boca das minas, né, vagabundo? É assim, cheguei. Aqui é batata na boca das minas, né, vagabundo? É assim,
Let's see, hold on. The change. Using the UI. Okay, we did that. On your command line, make sure you're on branch main. Merge the changes from update Dune. Okay, so git check out main, git merge update Dune. There we go. Git run git pull origin, which will pull in the most recent command. All right, git pull origin main. There it goes. It pulled it in. Oh no, I have diverging branches. Por qué, Maria? I'm not supposed to have merging branches yet. This is not supposed to happen. Oh my gosh, I have diverging branches. I was messing around too. I thought I did. Right? Beautiful. Can we agree with that? I did do, I actually probably deleted it by accident. There we go. Now I have a nice merge, now I have a merge commit, which we, you know, geez. And so we got a merge commit with a K. There we go. There we go. We did all that one. Make sure everything worked with git log one line. Git log one line. There we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. I, J, K. There we go. There's my main right there. Isn't that nice? Little annotations, by the way. Origin. That's where my origin's at, or at least where I think my origin's at. This is where I'm at. This is where my update Dune at. There we go. Perfect. First commit was in fact not Batman. Pretty poor move on my behalf, honestly, not naming my first commit Batman. It's really the way you gotta do it. Oopsies, I forgot to do this. Assignment, switch to a new branch called Add Classics. My bad. Add another line, this one. Okay, will do. Git switch C. Add Classics. This stuff is kind of easy. I don't think there's anything very interesting here that's going on. That's why we're kind of just moving rather quickly. We're gonna do a pull request. If you've never done a pull request, they're really not. They're not hard at all. They're very, very simple. Oh, my eyeballs. There we go. By the way, was I supposed to... No, I don't think I was. I don't think I was. Anyways, I just want to make sure I didn't goof up anything. All right, there we go. So we're going to do this thing. We're going to add the classics. Let's see. Classics. There we go. Alfred Hitchcock. 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 Git status, have the classics. What do we want to call this thing? This is an L. We're going to take the L, git add this, git commit. Sorry, this part, I mean, maybe some people are, find this stuff. They don't know how this stuff works. To me, it's very, very boring, right? Have you ever, if you haven't done any of this stuff, it's very, very simple. And you're going to do this. Can you do a pull request directly in Git? Well, pull requests are something of GitHub's more nature. So we're going to be doing a pull request. You can use the GitHub tools. You can't do it directly from that because Git does not know about GitHub, if that makes sense. All right, so there we go. We did all that. And so now I simply need to push the new simple. Bada bing, bada boom. Look at this beauty right here. You can see these two things because we're not quite up to date with all my workflow. Well, not to. I'm working by my case everything. I make sure it's all the ways exactly the way I want it to be, and I do all that, and then I do the merging. Is it a good practice to add it to the global? I add it to local because I wanted local behavior here. I don't like to do things on the global scope if it's something I don't want done for everything. Since I wanted to turn off rebase, I didn't want to put it globally on in case I forgot to turn it off. Right? So if I go git config global list. Global list. We're damn global list. There we go. Re-enabled. See, I gotta turn that off. See, I don't even have it up on here. See, I must have deleted it on accident. Git config add global pull rebase. Rebase. True. There we go. Push on save, of course. Yeah. It's one of those things that's really hard to remember. It's why I try to do whenever I'm doing things like this. I do it to the local as opposed to the global because I always end up effing stuff up. Just like that. I take off all these things and I forget to add stuff. Delete my feature branch, repeat. Yep, there you go. So you know that. When working solo, do I use... Personally, I think it's a huge waste of time. My workflow. Wow, let's see. While the topic of pull requests, I want to share... I did this. All right, when working with the team, yeehaw, force push, no. Work on a branch, feature branch, then open a pull request for review. That's how I do it. It just makes sense. Right. So if you ever want to commit to open source, you obviously need the fork. You need to branch, feature branch, then open a pull. request for review. That's how I do it. It just makes sense, right? So if you ever want to commit to open source, you obviously do the fork. You need to create a pull request. You need to do all that stuff, right? Git ignore is really important because obviously node modules, if you don't know about them, they're horrible. So you need to git add commit some message here, git push origin. Problems will arise. Git ignore file just simply allows you to say, here's a specific file or a class of files to ignore. You can also go with the inverse, which is you can ignore every file and then just add the files you want to have. It's kind of like a fun way to do stuff. If you've never done that kind of stuff, right? And so you can have, is this the first or second? This is the first part. So we're gonna create a node of modules, or we're gonna create a git ignore file that has node modules in it. Right, so if I go like this, vim git ignore. Oopsies, I already have vim open here. Whoopsies, we don't want to do that. I want a git ignore and go node modules. By doing this, if I go like this, make dir foo, and then I go back to here. Let's see, and I go back in here, and I go in here and go like this, bar.md, save that, and then I go one more and go node modules, and I go in here and add foo.md, right? Bam. If I go git status, you'll notice something. Foo hasn't been added yet, right? So it doesn't have any idea what's underneath. So when I go git add everything and do this, you'll notice that it only adds foo bar. It does not add node modules, and that's very important. And that's because this matched anything. It's just a match. So you gotta be careful. Careful. Include bid and build, you coward. No. Another cool thing about Git, I'm not sure if I talk about this. Here, I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna erase that, right? I'm gonna erase that, git add this, git status. You'll now notice node modules is now added, right? Awesome. So that means here's an interesting thing I can do. I can go in here and go git ignore. You can do, let's see, let's go bar. Anything with the word bar in it. Git status. Now you'll notice we have this. And it didn't really quite do it. I believe I have to go MD exact match. Can I exact match it? Git add this, git status. I think because I already added it, it causes a weirdness. Git restore, staged, foo, bar.md, git status. There we go. It's gone, right? It doesn't exist. It's already been staged, so I had to unstage it. There we go. So if I erase this and go back here, git status, you'll notice that it's now able to be added back. So you can actually do inner directory git ignoring, which is pretty nice. I'm a big fan of that. If you want to do it. You don't have to do it, but it's cool. It's cool to know that it's possible. And one last thing that you can do as well is there's a file called what's it called? Git info exclude. You can see it right here. There's the path. Things that are ignored in here are ignored for your local repo. They're not ignored for everybody. And so this is a really cool little file right here if you don't know about it. I'm not sure if I talk about it, but you should. Like, say you, like, for me, one thing I always do is I go like this. I always have like an out file that I always have. So instead of adding it to my git ignore, I can just add it to my excludes. And by adding it to my excludes, when I go, when I run some sort of program, echo foo, and pipe it to my out file, when I go git status, my out file just doesn't show up. But nobody else has to know about my outs ignore. I like keeping all the ignores in one place. It doesn't make sense if you're working on a team, right? When you're working on a team, I have a bunch of stupid files that I create regularly, out2, and so I don't want to have out files inside the git ignore. So I put it inside the git excludes list, which is kind of like that special one. There's also a home git ignore. I didn't know about the home git ignore. Is this like is this a global project ignore? See, I mean, Git has a lot of features, so I didn't know that. This is the same as a global level git ignore of your work. Oh, cool. All right, perfect. All right, so here we go. Assignment. Create 2 files in your repo. Secure passwords.txt and create a Here, let's see. First create this thing, all right, and create that. All right, we're gonna do that, and then guilty pleasures. All right, perfect. Git check out main. I assume we're supposed to be on the main branch. Are we on the main branch? Yeah. Git status, rm foo. Let's get rid of all this. Git status. All right, git add this. Git status. There we go. Oopsies. What is it called? Web flicks. There we go. I'm gonna get rid of that thing. Git ignore and go in here. Oh, that's not what we wanted in there. We wanted it in secure. And then what did he say? Passwords.txt or some crap like that. And is that what he wanted? Password.txt. Yeah. And then one called guilty pleasures. All right. Guilty pleasures.md. Boom. The notebook. Let's go. Guilty AF. Finally create a git ignore with both ensure both of those files are ignored. Ignore the entire secure directory, and then all right, perfect. Secure, and then guilty pleasures. All right, and then let's see, with the message starting with M. All right, git commit. We gotta do a little M message. Git ignore my notebook pleasures. Okay. You don't know. You just don't even know how good the notebook is. All right. There we go. Nested git ignores. Oh, I actually already went through this. We actually talked about this exact thing, didn't we? Oh my goodness. We already did this. All right, which is ignored. All right, hold on. What are we doing here? Here's the let's see. Here's the contents. All right, we have this contents. Here's the contents, which is this: source assets git ignore, which is going to be only devs and main.py, and this one's going to be bin activate. So that one's going to be this one.
Energy made this.
Who am I? Prince of the mid. It's some dog food on that silverware. Rinse off the ditch. Me and you two different guys. You out here simping about the bitch. Come host the pipe change. I like to lean up out his den. On his roof and all black. I hit the crickets like I'm Venom. He ain't had to run since forever. Trying to find momentum. He ain't drop a dog. He likes forever. We just micro fence. We ain't doing plain Jane. Yo, you gotta ice your head. We ain't post six for no reason. Gotta shoot your whip. Fuck around the rules. Both his feet. He too new to step. Fuck, but ain't nothing that they had to go in Bucharest. Finna leave the country. I might fuck around in Budapest. 7 different color Marnie hoodie. This bitch too just. If you catch a body, then you snitch. You gon' lose the credit. I can do the credit. I can do the debit. This ain't new. 90% of the grapevine and the shit ain't true. Price fluctuated. Ain't the same ticket as yesterday. Talk about he in his bag only when he ain't better man. I can only thank God. I guess these the better days. Shit, I always come first like the letter A. A, that's for active. B for blick. Hit him, make him do a backflip. C for crack, rock and wild, grab a package. D for doc, need a script like I'm acting. E for everything I see, I gotta grab it. I gotta have it. F, that's for definition rockets when I blast it. G, I got 2 on my feet, the Gucci band. H, had it on my belt when I was truly pantsing. I did not be fucked with. J, stand for G, catch me and Cali is one lit. K, that's for Drake, up it if you want some fuck shit. I took so many L's, touched the letter M. Buffed up like a job, where's my Virgil letter? This shit talking, man, I wish I had a pepper. Shit, you only get one life, you better treasure it. I just must see bows, I'm shorted him, he should've measured it. She was pushing, this was the deal, energy, this bitch rocking. A, that's for active. B for blick, hit him, make him do a backflip. C for Crocs, rock 'em while I grab a package. D for doc, need a script like I'm acting. E for everything I see, I gotta grab it. I gotta have it. F, that's for definition rockets when I blast. G, I got 2 on my feet, the Gucci band. H, had it on my belt when I was truly pantsing. I did not fuck. J, stand for cheater, catch me and Cali is one lit. K, that's for Drake, up it if you want some fuck shit. I took so many L's to touch the letter M. N to the O, that's my favorite word to tell a bit. P, what I push, but I ain't good, I ain't telling shit. Q stand for quick before you blink, I bet I said the blip. R to the SVP, and you were not invited. S, flat Tesla driving, tell them I don't got a pilot. T, that's for 2 breeze, they tryna stop the violence. You never beat me, it's only one punch yard. V on my hoodie, got the X on my T. X to the D, reach for the neck, broke up squeeze. Why is you complaining that I never did nothing? T's what I catch every time I sip something. Shitty with Dutch, some this shit that's at the Z. Bitch, you make they call me Superman. We talk hoes in a single bound. I'm single now. Got no ring on his finger now. I never let another chick bring me down in a relationship. Save it, bitch. Babysit, make me sick. Superman ain't saving shit. Girl, you can jump on Shady's dick. Straight from the hip, right to the chicks. I tell a motherfucker slut in the face. Play no games, ain't no names. Ever since I broke over, what's her face? I'm a different man. Kiss my ass, kiss my lips, bitch my ass, kiss my dick, hit my cash. I'd rather have you with my just what's us do. How could it ever be just us two? Never love you enough to trust you. We just met and I just fucked you. But I do know one thing, no. Bitches, they come, they go. Saturday through Sunday, Monday through Sunday, yo. Maybe I'll love you one day. Maybe we'll someday grow. So then just sit your drunk ass on that fucking Monday, ho. I know you want me, baby. I think I want you too. I think I love you, baby. I think I love you too. I need to see you
right here, and this one's going to be only dev, and what's the other one? Main.py and main.py. Okay. Does not necessarily have to be at the root. It's fairly common to have this one. Bin activate. Yeah, only devs. Source my. Let's go over some wildcard common patterns. Dude, the star, that's the one. That's the one that always works. I do that constantly. Root patterns, patterns starting with the slash are anchored to the directory containing the gitignore file. For example, we ignored main.py in the root directory, but not any subdirectories with that. Negotiation or negation, you can even negate patterns with prefixing with an exclamation mark. This is useful if you want to ignore an entire directory except, say, an example file. I find that to be really, really useful, is that kind of move right there. I really do like that. You can do comments. That's just like typical shell comments. But how do you make use of multiple git ignores? Save some notes or something. If you just want something ignored a certain way, you can do that. I found it really useful when it came to mono repos. So if you've ever done mono repos in with like Node or something, you want to be able to have a git ignore for each one of those repos. It seems to be really nice that way. So, yeah, data directories, yeah, exactly. You just have like these little git ignores. So that way you don't have one giant git ignore that's super hard to figure out what the hell is happening. Instead, you can just do that. So it's nice. All right, assignment. Use this git ignore file to answer the question. All right, so that's a comment. We're gonna ignore everything with a text file except for the ones with name. And then we're gonna do source main and then content. Source content is ignored. So this one is ignored. Source content patterns we are. Comment, it is not ignored. Kind of bamboozle me. All right, assignment, part 2. We'll do that soon. All right, here we go. Let's ignore a generated file. We ignore generated files because they can easily be regenerated from stuff we do track. In this case, we're going to use pandoc to generate HTML from markdown files. We'll ignore the HTML files, but commit a markdown file. First, install pandoc. Brew install, I don't have that, but we do have this guy. I can't show you guys this screen. All right, here we go.